71 was to see how many powerful members of Congress were already drunk in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is good, Sarah. I mean, I'd rather know.
Right.
There are issues that we can address and kind of contend with, and not know and sort of like assume a rosier reality than there is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, we've kept you very long, and I really appreciate it. But is there more that you want to say?
No,
do you need to go?
No, I just want to make sure that everything's covered.
No, I mean, that's really everything. The only thing left is that people were saying, as like an advice for the readings, was just maybe as an idea, instead of having like a reading that has a certain political perspective, picking readings from like 3 different political perspectives and like make them slightly shorter readings or excerpts, so that people get a taste of the full conversation instead of like just what FDR thinks or like. And we did that discussion in class, which I loved, was like FDR and MLK, and like we had that, but maybe putting that in the reading so people can like bring that to class with them already. So that was the only last thing.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time to do this. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Very helpful.
So much. I was honestly like a little nervous because I was like, I know I'm taking up like your time here, and I was just like very, very appreciative that you wanted to like sit.
Well, you handled it very well.
Yeah, you have a good.
You have a good manner about you.
Collect information, synthesize it, and then kind of share it. So that's really good. Thank you.
You're very poised.
Oh, I smile when I'm nervous.
Thank you so much.
Better than frowning.
That wouldn't go over too long.
Well, is there anything that you feel that you unsettled about, or that you want to? Do you want to continue the conversation later, or?
I think it'd be a great idea to continue the conversation, like in a larger setting. Maybe having, because I think you're right that it was weird that people were like, oh, here, speak for me, like say this, and like that was okay. More than happy to do that because people are very nervous about like approaching, being like critiquing a class and professors who've been doing this for so long and they know so much, right? So I understand like why people didn't want to like say it themselves. But I think it'd be great to like have an opportunity to invite and maybe have like a follow-up like diversity, I don't know, like an Archer Plus type thing to talk about this. I don't know, or that might get too contentious. I don't know. But
well, there's the formal evaluation,
right.
Oral evaluations, and then the written evaluation. Obviously, we are kind of running out of time.
Yes.
For extra events. We'll have all day on the 11th, apart from the visit to Monticello. But so maybe that might be a space where we can unpack some things too. But we are really kind of running out of time.
Absolutely. Maybe not this semester.
We are going to. This is what I'm wrestling with. It's my job now, but. We're going to a slave plantation of somebody who never occurred to him that women were people. I mean, the next semester we're going to see 12 Angry Men. It's 12 Angry Men because as late as the 50s and 60s, women weren't jurors. It's not 12 angry people. It's 12 angry white men because that's what was on the jury. So we are going to a slave plantation. So how do we discuss freedom of religion and how important that is while at a slave? I mean, it's very. Even if we don't unpack it, it's going to be right there with us the whole day.
Personally, based on discussions I've had with Carol, so obviously I'm very biased in this, because Carol is my roommate and we have these discussions a lot. We were talking about how we think it's important to recognize, before we say anything, we can talk about freedom of religion, we can talk about these important ideas, obviously, but the first thing that would be nice to acknowledge is that their violence happened on this space.
Right.
And just put that out there first, just so we can understand, while we're having the rest of the discussion, that can be a priority kind of looming in our heads and in the background, right?
Stephen, not only do I agree, but it's worse than that, in that maybe the largest land speculator in American history was George Washington. It's not a coincidence that these founders had their plantations so close to the capital. Because what New York's, their vision of Washington is what New York City is now. They thought that Washington was going to be the port, which was the central and west U.S. in contact with Europe by trade, was going to be through the port of Washington. And they had all these slave plantations that were losing money, and they speculated in land. So George Washington made Donald Trump look like an honest businessman in terms of what he was doing, really. So it's not just slavery to frame it. There's other ways to frame it. So I mean, there are many complex ways to frame it. It's not just freedom of religion. I'm wrestling with that, especially since we're starting at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm going to say, here's some really profound things to think about. So I'll be sleeping already.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
There's thoughts. Sleep on it. Well, I think what this trip, and it's the first time that we've done this, I think that what this does, and this semester we've really tried to be very intentional about putting you in a space where you're, thinking and doing, and so you're going to see a man's house. You're going to see a place where, as you say, violence was committed. You're going to see a place where, it's just all of these conflicts between sort of good and evil. And these are many of the challenges that we wrestle with today. When we're talking about a more perfect union, or just a better place for us or our descendants, or the ones who come after us, or those of us who don't have children. So, and I guess I'm probably more reflective of this now, having just come back from my own little father's exploration, because the town where he was born was was settled by Maroons.
By what?
Maroons, so they're freed slaves. In Jamaica, it was part of this sugar estate. And so it's like a lot of, I'm talking about a lot of injustice. But
the death rate in those sugar plantations is very, they just worked them to death.
Very high.
That was the business model.
So, there's the past. We contend with the past and what it means for us today. We also contend with what we control is right now, and to a small extent, the future. So, how do we make sense of it all? And for you guys, you're just coming out. You're coming into your careers. You're coming into your professional experience. So you're coming into life as an adult and as a professional with a different perspective than me or you on some level. And on the other hand, we're all human, and there's sort of a basic human drive for something. So you're not unlike, the Sahara of 1700 or...
Right.
So,
Well, you did a great job and were very helpful in talking to us, so thank you for doing that.
Thank you. I know that...
You put a lot of time into it, thank you.
Thank you all for just, like I said, being really receptive, because I know that that's not easy either. And for a lot of professors that I've talked to some who've been receptive, talked to many who have not. So it's just, this has been like really welcoming experience. So thank you.
Great.
Yeah. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
I know you have your thing tomorrow. I got to run, but we'll talk. We talk Monday afternoon. Do you hear Monday afternoon?
Yeah, Monday morning.
Monday Monday morning I have a 7 o'clock